Welcome to Luis TV. We are at Sequoia National Park. Boy, I tell you what, this place is incredible. There's nothing better than being out in nature, enjoying the largest living organisms on the planet, the sequoias. The abundance of food in this area attracted a lot of the indigenous population here. They would grind their corn and other grains here on these stones that I'm standing on. And look at this. See all these holes? These were all used by the native populations around here to grind their grain. And look at that. This whole rock is covered on them. A lot of food was prepared here. Well, we haven't been walking 10 minutes and we already ran into a very cool deer. Yeah, let us come pretty close, or it came pretty close to us, because we weren't trying to chase it. Good start to the day. So these giants are actually not quite safe at the moment. The big ones are relatively safe, but the small ones, high heat and air pollution, are affecting the small seedlings. That's a problem because the national parks can't really protect them against that. So besides being amazing, by the way, we're inside one of the tree trunks that has fallen, but besides being incredibly enormous, as you can see, I'm not in a cave. I'm inside a tree. The wood is very resistant to decay, and some of these trees will last centuries on the forest floor, sometimes even thousands of years. The wood is incredibly resistant to decay, and this is an example of one of them. Like I said, I'm not in a cave. I'm inside a tree. There's a picture of this tree right at the front as you come in from 1900. It basically looks the same as it does now. Seems no time limit for the lifespan of one of these. Big ones are thousands of years old, and even when they die and fall off, they may last another 1,000 years on the forest floor. I bet you there's some pieces of wood out here in this forest that were around before the pyramids were constructed, and I bet you there's a couple of these trees were around pyramids were brand new. Just the time scale is just incomprehensible. Can't wrap your head around how long some of these trees have been here. Civilizations have come and gone, and these trees remain. Early explorers had told stories of giant trees around here, and no one would believe them. In 1875, one of these trees was cut down. It took 9 men like 6 days to cut through it, and they left a stump right over there. It's 16 feet in diameter, and they took it to an exhibit in Philadelphia to prove to the world that the giant trees are real. And still, with the tree stump, no one would believe them. They called the exhibit the California hoax. Now, you know, the funny thing is that the native populations were well aware of the giant trees. It was just like the colonists didn't believe these things existed. When this filming, I just measured roughly 44-foot circumference, and that's a small one. That's a tiny one. The big ones, like the Grant tree, that you can't even touch that one. That one's fenced off. We're gonna go see that in a minute. So we're right next to this giant. This is a big one. There's a cave right there. As impressive as the first one, or I think even more impressive at the size of that. That is the bottom of a sequoia, and there's a hole in the center, another cave.
Majestic.
It's incredible that the GoPro can get the whole thing. It's enormous. Let's go through this thing. Again, I'm not in a cave. I'm inside a tree. A very, very big tree. I can't even touch the ceiling. Very slippy. Inside that, a tree that was no doubt at least a millennia old before it fell, and who knows how long it's been on the ground. Apparently they can last up to 1,000 years on the forest floor. The Grant tree, massive tree trunk, makes it the third largest tree in the world by volume. And at 40 feet in diameter at ground level, it is the world's widest known sequoia. But it's not the oldest. In fact, it's 1,500 years younger than the oldest known sequoia. This one is actually 1,700 years old. If all the carbon in this tree was fuel for a car that got 25 miles per gallon, you could drive around the earth 350 times without refueling. That is how massive this tree is.
It is the widest known sequoia.
The oldest known sequoia is actually estimated to be around 3,200 years old. Amazing. So we're done hiking. We're going back to our tent, and me and Wen decided to the bathroom and wash our hands and stuff like that. And Wen says, "Hey, is there any soap in the men's bathroom?" And I was like, "Yeah, there's a dispenser here full of soap." And she's like, "Can I come over?" And I was like, "Yeah, there's nobody here." So she comes over and gets soap and washes her hand in the men's bathroom. And then we left, and we came to the realization that there is no soap in the women's bathroom, because women go to the bathroom and they wash their hands with soap. Men go to the bathroom and they don't wash their hands with soap. That's why there's still soap in the men's bathroom. Oh my God, men are gross.
Cochinos.
Cochinos. Okay, this is not ideal. We're eating inside the car at our campsite. We tried being outside a second ago, and there's thousands of mosquitoes out there just biting us. So we were like, no, we're eating inside the car. And here we are.
A sandwich.
How's the camp dinner? Inside the camp car.
I mean, it's very campy.
Just a couple more feet. Ah, gimme. Oh.